If I had to give somebody completely brand new to the personal growth and healing game one piece of advice, I would tell them to work on flexing their get back on the horse muscle. It is the most powerful thing you can master, to be able to acknowledge that you've fallen off of the horse, and instead of turning that into shame that you avoid and hide from, instead to acknowledge, like, okay, I fell off this horse and I'd like to get back on. To be able to like sit with the humility of getting back onto the horse and instead see it as an achievement, something to be really proud of. One of my favorite examples is my friend Jeff started rollerblading, and like anybody who starts rollerblading, he was falling constantly. And instead of being embarrassed about that, he just continued to get back up and continue to roller skate, and he progressed so fast. And I don't think that this boy was like gifted. He just continued to get back up and try, and within a very short amount of time, he was rollerblading everywhere that he went. He was doing tricks. And if he had taken those falls and walked away because he wasn't good at it, where the fuck would he have gotten? Nowhere. Another great visual way to think of this scenario is the stock market. So you know how the stock market has grown exponentially. It's constantly growing. And then it also goes through times of downfall. If you look at the progress chart with business or anything, it goes up, and then it goes down, and then it goes up, and then it goes down. Nobody just only does this. To be able to acknowledge when we've fallen off the horse, that we're in a little bit of a downtime, it might mean that we need to rest. It might mean that we just need to get back out there and going. But if we can continue on with that pattern of thought, then the end results just have no other choice other than to progress along with it. There are two ways to move forward with this in a way that will easily deflect shame. You can either incorporate in the expectation to fall off the horse, so that when you do, there's no space for humility. You're like, this went according to plan. I knew this was going to happen. I planned for this. Time to get back on the horse like I wanted to. Everything that's happening, totally anticipated it. Or we can approach it in a very playful way. Some playful curiosity. What will happen if I do this? That way that falling off the horse isn't failure. It's just oh, that's what happens. I have an answer to my question. I've gained some knowledge. I'm learning. Time to get back on and see what happens when I do this. Both of those have no space for shame or humility because nothing is wrong. Although of those two methods, the playful one is more likely to win at all times, I will say. Anything in your life that you are able to apply playful curiosity to instead of expectations, it's just gonna go better. You're gonna have more fun. There's no space for disappointment. It's a great habit to get into. What would happen if I did this? Everybody has shit that they've fallen off the horse with and would like to continue on. I've got shit. Everybody's got that. It could be tiny stuff. It could be huge stuff. What's one of your things? What do you want to actively decide to get back on the horse about?